The development of American transportation in the 1950s, primarily automotive, coincides with the political and economic standings of the country at the time period. During the dawn of the decade, vehicles still maintained a certain restraint and conservatism that still carried over from the pre-World War II era, as automotive innovation stalled due to the war effort. However, as the 1950s progressed with the economy booming, that restraint began to dissipate, and cars grew not into a tool as they once were, but into a status symbol for the American man. They became larger, more flashy. In a time when appearance was everything, style of automobiles became the priority, not practicality. The king of them all, the Cadillac. Any man who drove one of these iron behemoths was instantly viewed as a man who had made it. The 1960s were far more different. Automobiles developed with the sex of the American consumer. The American family man didn't want to splurge on a car anymore. They didn't want a Cadillac. The economy wouldn't allow it. Rather than chrome and tail fins, American working class men wanted fuel efficiency. They wanted plainness. The car was not the instant status symbol it once was in the 1950s. It didn't have the same weight it had. The car began to form into a more practical item. On the opposite end of this spectrum were the rising rebel youth class. This generation wanted excitement. They wanted danger. Their parents had fought wars. They had had their excitement and wanted simple cars. But the youth wanted speed. They wanted their cars to be fierce and dangerous. Engines grew larger. Safety requirements grew more lax. Cars didn't have performance. They only had sheer power. This is where the muscle car was born. And these two different sects of American culture are what led to two different cars we see today. The flashier, more powerful muscle car exists due to this rebel class, and the more plain vehicles today, your Civics, your Corollas, all of those in their popularity developed from the working man of this period who required something more practical.